You are currently looking at our Earth, a wasteland of discarded to-do lists, forgotten knickknacks, rotting apple cores, and everything else we put into our planet without a second thought. Every day, we produce 3.5 million tons of solid waste. For one person, a total of 4 pounds each day. And this is just one single landfill out of the millions around our planet. An ugly splotch on our degrading Earth. But how did all this trash get here? Let's start from the beginning. This is what 4 pounds of trash looks like. This is about the amount of trash that you, me, and everyone on this earth pollutes each day.
Waves of plastic trash crashing on shore in Manila Bay.
Oh my God.
Mexico's magnificent beaches mucked up. The Dominican Republic drowning in debris.
And yet, these plastic waste arrive in this environment. It is mistaken for food by the turtles here, by the albatross, by the birds, and by the fish.
When we first came here, the fish were so depleted because the fishing methods had become more destructive, and you could go along a coral reef for 10 minutes and hardly see a fish.
Trash is not just litter, but a toxin that pollutes both our environment and ourselves. None of us meant for this to get so severe, but it did. As our population grows, so does industrialization and expansion. About half our world's population lives in cities. People flock to these places for many reasons, like more jobs, better education, new social experiences. These cities build on each other with the attraction of people and business. While these advancements were great at first, these places became overpopulated and overrun with trash and pollution. Some of it gets recycled and put to good use, while other tons of unrecyclable material get sent to landfills to sit and rot. We met with Dr. Adam Cobb, who went into depth about why this is such a big factor in trash pollution.
So, as we brought people out of poverty in the last 30 years especially, that has caused them to want to consume more resources, right? Their standards of living have increased around the world. People want different foods that are more resource intensive, and access to technology and other things have just caused more pressure on our natural resources than ever before.
Why are we so unaware of this cycle? For starters, there's just too much clutter on the news. With the current political environment, social issues, and foreign affairs happening around us, it's almost too much to keep up with. While the environment is a hot topic we must address, it battles against so many other things for attention. Along with that, each person lives in a bubble of their own. We're wired for survival and focus our attention primarily on the things that affect us and us alone. If we don't see the destruction of our world as an immediate threat, we disregard it as something that can be dealt with later. But the thing is, it is an immediate threat. Exposure to chemicals from plastic trash have been linked to diseases such as cancer, diabetes, allergies, obesity, and even reproductive health. These plastics will sit on our planet forever and break into smaller and smaller pieces. The pieces will then infiltrate every aspect of our ecosystem. And trash that ends up in the ocean will pick up toxic pollutants as it travels, leaving a visible trail of toxicity across the globe. Our trash footprint has traveled long and far, not just in our neighborhoods and cities, but to all corners of the globe, affecting our wildlife and the environment. Sarah Matchett, a global sustainability intern at Oklahoma State University, explained the process to us.
Say you throw away a piece of plastic and it gets littered in still water. It gets washed away by the next storm into the storm drain. The storm drain goes directly to the nearest river. That river takes it to the coast, to the Gulf of Mexico, and that goes to the ocean. But honestly, for further inland parts of the US, it's worse because that trash makes all of those stops from where it was first littered to all the way to the coast.
It's not just land that trash affects. Our world is made up of 71% of water. So, in a sense, the ocean could be attributed as the lungs of our planet. It's a primary source of oxygen and keeps the cycle flowing. So, if we don't focus on the issue of trash pollution, disastrous effects will occur.
Basically, think of the ocean as a human with a disease. So instead of trying to treat all of the symptoms and trying to pick out the plastic directly out of the ocean that's already there, you would instead be cutting off the source of the disease if instead there was no litter being put into the water, being taken into the river takes it to the ocean. If we cut off the source, then we can actually repair.
The truth behind trash is that it's our own doing, and it's up to us to reduce the damage we've already done to our world. On a global scale, one individual is literally just a drop in the ocean. A lot of big multinational companies are the ones at fault for the majority of trash pollution. So, although one human seems insignificant at first, Dr. Cobb explained that we hold more power than one might think.
But those companies that are responsible for the most pollution, they have a person or people making those decisions. So an organization is not a robot. People make those choices. And if we can get enough people out in positions of influence, or if we can influence collectively the policy that is happening in the environmental protection realm, then we can do a lot as an individual.
On to the most critical part. What exactly can we do in our daily lives to reduce our trash? Reuse, reduce, and recycle. It's a tried and true method, and the easiest one, in reducing your amount of trash. OSU environmental science professor Ilda Hershey runs the sustainability department at the school, and she walked us through what is and isn't allowed to be recycled.
Accepted items in blue recycle dumpsters include empty plastic bottles in aluminum cans, clean mixed paper and cardboard, including paperboard, rinsed food cans, rinsed plastic jugs, jars, tubs, and other rigid plastics marked 1, 2, or 5.
Common contamination includes food or beverage, glass, styrofoam, tissues or paper towels, plastics not marked 1, 2, or 5, plastic wraps or films, and plastic bags, unless the bag is see-through and holds clean recyclables.
The handy-dandy internet also has tons of websites listing what can and cannot be recycled in case you need a refresher. Reusing is another step in the right direction. There are so many everyday items that can be replaced with eco-friendly options.
The best way for the everyday person to make a difference in the environment is honestly by cutting off their use of single-use plastics, such as plastic bottles, plastic straws, plastic bags, things like that. And it's not hard. It doesn't take any more extra time than it would be to do it the other way, basically. So things like, if you want to take down your use of plastic straws, it's really easy. You can get these things, you don't have to carry around a metal straw or anything. They have keychains for that now. Or they have, people always make excuses about, I left my grocery bag in the car, I left it at home. they also have these on keychains, so the convenience factor is there. There are products to make this so easy for the everyday person who just wants to, make a change and change their habits in the right direction. For instance, like if instead of buying a 24-pack every week of plastic bottles of water, you can just buy one reusable water bottle and use it for the rest of your life. You clean it and it's good to go. It's water, You save money and you save the environment at the same time.
The last of the 3 R's is to reduce. Meal prepping is an easy way to do that. The basis behind this solution is to prepare all necessary meals needed for the week in order to save money, time, and effort, while also reducing portion size and helping you reach your nutritional goals. By doing this, you can eliminate any unused products that may later find its way into the trash. There are other smaller ways to reduce your trash amount. Each week, mailboxes around the world find themselves jam-packed with advertisements, coupons, and flyers that are tossed without a second glance. An easy solution to this is to cancel any unnecessary mail through the post office. Have any old t-shirts you no longer wear? Cut them up into rags and use them instead of paper towels, which contribute 3,000 tons of waste into the US alone each day. Companies have also started creating recyclable home goods such as napkins, tissues, and toilet paper. Basic home goods are a huge contributor to the Earth's degradation. Over 17 billion toilet paper tubes are thrown away each year, which is enough to fill the Empire State Building twice. If every household in the US were to replace one roll of toilet paper with 100% recycled ones, we would save approximately 424,000 trees. Other easy ways to reduce trash include buying a water filter for your sink, since tap water is readily available in your home. Bring a reusable travel mug to coffee shops or make coffee at home. Don't buy anything that comes in wasteful single-serving packages, like granola bars. Instead, make your own snacks or revert to simple and easier options like granola. You can even donate old mascara wands to organizations like Wands for Wildlife that use them to clean and treat animals at the Appalachian Wildlife Refuge. The list goes on and on. By implementing these greener habits into your life, we could solve the problem one trash bag at a time.
Either we end up with 1 billion people in the world who are displaced due to the climate being unsuitable where they live currently, and all of the potential conflict that arises from that, or we get it right? Again, that I would say 30 years is a number that I'm not just picking out of thin air. Sitting here in Oklahoma, we might be insulated from some of those issues because we have resources. But for the poorest people in the world, if we have any reason to care about what they're going through, right? If we take on that ethical duty to care about our fellow human beings, the world looks a lot worse for them if we don't make some changes.
We have a lot of work ahead of us if we want to see a cleaner, greener Earth. But the time to start is now. Programs like Keep America Beautiful are an excellent way in getting involved and connecting with your local community. Every year on November 15th, they host the nationally recognized America Recycles Day. Event organizers educate the community and promote recycling through thousands of events around the country. In 2017, 1.9 million attended and collected 56 million pounds of recyclables. The National Geographic website is keeping a running list of actions taken on plastic pollution. Restaurants, airlines, businesses, and countries are all taking steps in reducing their trash contribution. Get inspired from that list and aim to be a part of the solution, not the problem. This simple act of separating trash from recyclables can do so much good for our planet. If everyone were to recycle, we could preserve many natural resources. This would also open up jobs at recycling plants around the world, about 1.5 million jobs to be exact, which would in turn boost our economy. The Bureau of International Recycling estimates the recycling industry to add about $850 billion to the global GDP by 2025. Reprieve, a sustainability company, conducted a study and found that if everyone in America recycled just one plastic bottle, those materials could make more than 54 million t-shirts or about 6.5 million fleece jackets. The Aluminum Association found that if everyone recycled one aluminum can, 295 million new cans could be made and would reduce greenhouse gas emissions equivalent to taking 6,750 cars off the road and save up to 80,000 barrels of oil. Countries around the world are beginning to ban plastic bags. Denmark was the first to issue a charge for the bags in 1993, and as a result, use dropped to 60%. Ireland is another example, issuing a ban in 2002 that reduced its bag consumption by 90%. Cities in the United States have also issued taxes and programs that discourage the use of plastic bags. Breckenridge, Boulder, Aspen, Chicago, Belmont, Boston, Winchester, Melrose, Cambridge, Concord, Portland, Long Beach, Santa Fe, Southampton, East Hampton, Austin, Seattle, Olympia, Jersey City, Manchester, and Washington, to name a few. California has banned plastic bags statewide. Hawaii has also banned statewide. A number of states, including Maine, New York, Rhode Island, and Delaware, have issued partial taxes or bans to discourage use. But plastic bags aren't the only things that we need to consider. We need to consider trash waste as a whole, every little thing that we put into our earth. Challenge yourself to pitch in and help save this planet before it's too late. While the world today may currently look grim, a rosy tomorrow is just on the other side if we all work together. The trashy truth doesn't have to be the truth anymore. Let's all work together to debunk it and create a greener future.
Shot. You went up a little too high. So redo it. Where you were